So I got the answer on why we've been lied to. I have the answer on the biggest lie that's been told to us. I got it. What if I told you that the biggest thing that's holding you back isn't your job? It isn't your finances, it isn't your age, it isn't your education or your circumstances. The biggest thing holding you back. And it's a lie that you have been believing for years. Today, I want to expose that. Today, I want to expose the biggest lie that is keeping you stuck. Here's the lie. One day, everything will be perfect. And then I'll start. One day that this will line up and then I'll start. People say, hey, look, I'll start when I get more money. I'll start when, I got a little bit more confidence. I'll start when I have more time. I'll start when everything slows down. But the problem is that day is never going to come because all those things keep coming. There's always going to be money problems. There's always going to be confidence issues. There's always going to be issue with time. There's always going to be something like when certain things slows down. There's always going to be something. But your life is always going to be busy. So you have to make time. There's always going to be obstacles. You got to make time. You got to find a way. There's always going to be reasons to wait, but you got to make a way. And while you're waiting, years is just going to pass by. Like, for instance, doing these videos, it was just, I said, okay, I'm gonna wait till I told myself I'm gonna wait till I have some time, or I'm gonna wait till, things kind of slow down and I can really kind of focus on it. But the point is that you just got to get to it. I just had to get to it. I remember there was a time when I was overweight and I said, hey, look, I'm gonna do it when I got to it. And I was making excuses that, when I come home from working, you just don't feel like doing it. And that was a reason, right? But that's not a good reason because, you get to see people who are handicapped, who have less means than I do, and they were getting in shape. And so I'm like, I can find some time to get in shape. I can find some reasons to eat healthier. I can do that, right? But it takes action, and that's like things don't have to line up for you to start. You just have to do, and then you update your life to get whatever goal it is that you want to get done. You move your life around to get that done. It's easier said than done, but all you gotta do is start. Everything else will line itself up, but you just have to start. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the time. Just start something, because you can find some ways to get it done. The thing that you love the most, you find a way to either watch it or do something with it. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is, but you find a way to get it done. You can do the same thing with a goal or dream that you have. And I had to learn this lesson. There have been opportunities that I should have pursued sooner. Especially when it comes to my fitness. Especially when it's easier to lose weight when you're younger, right? I could have pursued it instead of just waiting to now, to where we having a different conversations. But I'm doing it now, and I'm talking from, and I'm speaking from my experience, right? On sometimes waiting too long or not going soon enough, because it's always a start, but then there's a stop. And I think this has been the most outside of being in high school. This is the most consistent I've been when it comes to working out, when it comes to As also with doing videos. I think like you guys have seen me do some videos, and I might have had maybe like a 3 week run, a 2 week run, something like that. Right. Well, I'm this is probably the most consistent I've been, and there might be time to where there might be a small little gap, whatever. But my goal is not to have that gap anymore. And if I do have that gap, maybe it's because I'm doing something bigger that takes up that time, whatever. So that's all that I'm trying to get to, and this is the things that I've learned, and I learned through my experiences. Um, there's definitely been goals that I should have attacked sooner. Right? There's a lot of things I should have done better, but sometimes we just have to start. That's the biggest thing of all of it. There's a lot of things I should have done sooner. There's a lot of projects, a lot of things that I think I should have done. But now I put myself in a space to where I can get some stuff, that I can get things done, because I'm in that space. I'm in the workout mode to where I can think better, and now that I'm working more on my discipline, because every day I'm not motivated. I woke up this morning, and I was so tired, but I jumped on the treadmill. I did 2 hours, and then I went to go boxing after that, and we ran more then, and then now I'm about to head back to Chicago. I'm probably gonna run when I get there. So it's like there's a lot of things that can be in your way, but it's the discipline that puts you up front. It's the action that puts you up front. It's the action and discipline that makes you successful. And those are things that I've learned, but I learned through the experience, because I'm putting forth that effort. To where, hey, look, I done got my plans together, but now it's time to put those plans in motion, because I spent too much time planning. That's one of our downfalls, that we spend too much time planning. And also, like, I noticed, like people that are like super successful, like, they didn't do too much planning. Like, there was a schedule, but they didn't wait till there were perfect conditions. They made the conditions to the condition conform to them. And right now, you see me building my health, you see me building my business, right? You see me building my career, and it's not because everything is perfect. I mean, everything is not lining up the way I want it to, but it's because I'm making it so. And the biggest thing is that I realized that you don't need perfection for action. That's the biggest thing. If you don't take nothing else out of any of these videos that I have, is that you don't have to wait for perfection to put forth action. You don't have to wait till the conditions line up exactly how you want them. No, you just start, and then the environment, the circumstances, all those things are conform to you. But you have to start first. Now, talking about like successful people, they aren't the most fearless people. They're just like you and me. They just decided, hey, I'm going to do something. I'm gonna put forth an effort and just see what happens. Right? Firefighters, policemen, you hear it all the time. They scared, but they just do it. They've been trained to do whatever they're supposed to do. Right? They practice on it. Life is scary, but you have to get it done. Even if you don't feel that you can be the most confident, you just put for the effort. And that's what successful people do. They're not always motivated. They're not always confident. But what they do best, probably more than regular people, is that they take the next step. Okay, this might not work out the best, but let me do this. Okay, this didn't work out the best, but let me try this. They just keep moving. They don't stop. They work when they don't feel like working. They exercise when they don't feel like exercising, and they create when they do not feel like creating. And you get to see that, you get this, Kai Cenat and AMP and DDG and all these other successful people. Like, you see them create their content, and sometimes they don't feel like it, but they just do it, right? You get to see some of these creators, they create something, and then they keep pushing forward to it. Like, okay, I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna do this. Like, again, today, like, I jumped on the treadmill. I did not feel like it, but I'm like, you know what? Let me push forward. Yesterday, I was like, alrighty, can I do 2 hours? I did an hour. I'm like, all right, I can do two. Next thing you know, 45 minutes has passed. I got done watching my shows. I kind of have it on a timer. But this time, I finished at an hour and 48 minutes. I had 12 more minutes to go to get to 2 hours. Can I do it? You know what? I can do another. I can do another 12 minutes. I did 2 hours. I did an hour and 48 minutes. I can do another 12 minutes to get to that 2 hour mark, and that's what I did. It wasn't because I was motivated. I was tired. I was done. I was ready. I had just slowed down the treadmill. But no, I want to get that. I want to get that 12 minutes. I want to know that I hit in 2 hours on the treadmill, and so that's what I did, and I completed. And it was because of action, and it was because of the next step that I took, and that's what successful people do. They take the next step. They might not feel motivated. They might not feel like they got that fire, but the discipline tells them to keep moving. Discipline is when you work when you don't have the energy to do it, when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline hits in. Consistency is gonna beat your intensity, and small actions always beat intention. Excuse me. Small actions beat big intentions, and they do it every time. So next thing I'm going to do, and this is for you, the listener, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you today to stop waiting. I'm going to challenge you to pick one or two things that you have been putting off. I want you to make that phone call. I want you to apply to that job. I want you to get that workout in today. I want you to come up with that business idea. I want you to have that conversation that you've been meaning to have, but you've been putting off, but you know you need to have it done. I want you to get it done today. I want you to start today. I want you to get it done today. Put the action forth today. Stop waiting. You just put it off. Get it done right now. Get it done today. As soon as this video goes up, I need you to get to it. Get it done today, not tomorrow. Your future is going to be built on what you do and not what you plan to do. Your future is built on what you do, but not what you plan to do. Because planning has no action, but your planning is just putting together a schedule, but action is actual execution. So we know that the biggest lie is being told is that you got to wait for the perfect circumstance to get it done, which you don't need it. So we already know that. You don't need the perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect for action. You don't need it. You just need to take the first step, and then the next 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 step, until it's completed. Start and take the next step, and watch what happens. And if this message has helped you, please subscribe and join the Larry Motivates channel on all platforms. And let's build a better future together. I'm going to be here. How about you?